Welcome one, welcome all, welcome to another stream by me, Bridger. This is Manor Lords. You may have heard of it. It got a lot of buzz for a while and it's been in early access, but just recently there was, back in October, there was a large beta that really changed a lot, fixed a lot, and unfortunately, that beta that was out on October 2nd had quite a few game-breaking bugs that kind of prevented certain things from working, but a patch has just come out to fix that. So that's kind of what we're playing here. Now, we got to figure out Ulrich. That's a great name. It gives you a random name at the beginning. We're gonna make our little thing here. I always like this cool castle. It's simplistic. A lot of people think your flag or your heraldry needs to be super detailed. No. You need to be able to recognize this thing on a banner like 250 feet away. It's got to be simple. It's got to be clean lines. That's what it is. All right. And we got Fopsy here. Sure. Why don't we stick with that guy? And I think we're good to go. Oh, no. It changed my name. I got to go back. I want to be Ulrich. I like the little touches in this game. Lots of little touches. Like when I was typing, you heard it sounded like a quill scraping against parchment. Ready? Let's do Elric. I don't know why. So that's a fun, great little touch. Now, we're just going to sort of do the basic scenario template. What was it? Not expansion. The patch that came out in October did add a couple of new ones, including one where an AI opponent would be on the map to play against you. And this one adds a bunch of AI opponents. That is still kind of a work in progress. They're still trying to figure out how to teach the AI how to build its own villages, but it's in there and it's at least working partway. I haven't experimented with that yet. This base scenario has a baron who starts claiming the lands on the map, and your goal is to grow and claim other parts of the land, and then you'll have to fight him for the ones that are on the map. Now, he's off map, so he's not building anything on the map. He's just claiming them and sending troops onto the map to fight you. So there's no sieging of his territories or anything like that, but that's what we're going to start with. This is sort of the default starting one, and I haven't even really finished this one, but we're going to try it. Now, here, I'll open this up to you, Darth Gnome. We've got the sort of Germanic Valley, this basic one. We've also got Winding River, which I think is really cool. The river adds a bit to it. And then I haven't tried Devil's Hill or Jagged Cliffs yet. Divided, what does this one say? A small mountain range divides the map in two with multiple regions on each side. Seems like a good thing for a team game. There's also this big lake map. So I'm kind of torn on which one I should try. I played a couple of them so far, but again, haven't gotten too far into them, especially the most recent version. I'm always thinking recently Winding River or Germanic Valley just to keep it simple. I don't know. What are your thoughts? Give me an option. The river? Let's go with the river. The river adds some cool elements to it. Oh boy, I'm going to be starting right here in this corner. I don't know too much about this area of the map, I don't think. And you can't choose a starting location. Like if I go back to the main menu and come again, it'll pick a different spot for me to start. Last time I played the river, I was over here. And it also randomizes the resources that are on the map. So let's go ahead and hit start. And I'm hoping that everything goes well as can be expected. I'm also streaming on YouTube and I'm recording. And my thought is, if there are long periods where nothing is happening, I'm going to pause the recording and then unpause it when I go to say or talk about something, just to make a video that doesn't have quite as much going on. But knowing how often I like to talk, that might be difficult. Okay. And to view, this view shows who controls each region, blah, blah, blah. Resource deposits. So you can see I control the region because of, I think this little red thing shows that it's me, and then you can see the yellow outline to the Baron's regions. There's also some brigands on the map. I don't remember if they normally start there or not, but what kind of resources does my section, my region have? So we've got mushrooms here. We've got and those appear to be just a basic variety of mushrooms. Then we have a basic stone deposit. We have some fish, but we have a very rich clay deposit and a rich salt deposit. So we're going to be a mining town, it looks like. So let's zoom back in and look at the details here. So we've got this salt, which is a rich resource node, which means that there are endless underground deposits. compare that to our stone, which is only 114. Once we mine all that, it's gone. We're going to have to trade for the rest. But there is a nice pond here. I got to say, though, with the scale of the game, the idea that we'd be able to fish 165 fish out of this tiny pond that's like, I think that's like a quarter mile across, maybe less. So, yeah, that's a little absurd from my perspective. Oops, I've got like 2 days past. I've failed in pressing the button. So this is reminding us that families require supplies and living space, and that's what I've got to start the game taking care of. Food and specifically fuel are the things that we're going to need. Now we start with 19 food and 38. I think that actually started at 20, but I might have eaten one already. The idea, though, is that every family, I believe, needs 1 fuel and 1 food per month. So if we have 5 families, this is essentially 4 months of food and 4 months of fuel for the family. Now, they don't use nearly as much fuel during the spring and summer months. And when you get towards the winter, that's when they start consuming it a lot more than they do normally. So this is just a beautiful game, by the way. Before we fill the map with cool buildings and stuff, let's just take a moment to walk around. We're just walking down this road, and it's just gorgeous. Everything about this, it's insane that one person made this game for so long. Like, I think they Slavic Magic, the guy that's making the game, about a year ago or so, right when it went into early access, he started taking on some new people. Now, let's see if we can go find our villagers. Oh, is that? There's an ox. Okay, yeah, there's our starting little village. Again, I'm handicapping myself a little bit by not starting right on the day 1, but I know what I'm doing. What are the circles? I'll pull that up in a second. Hey, how's it going? I'm the Lord. Not the God, but just the Manor Lord. I'll be instructing you on what to do while I stand from up high and watch. All right? All right. Everybody's on the same page now. So, let's figure out what our plan is. The circles, you say. These are resource deposits. Are these the circles you're talking about? When I hold tab, you can see the resource deposits. And in fact, I think I'm just going to go ahead and fix. I like that you can clear them out, but also I'm going to turn on the cosmetic day and night cycle. I think it gets annoying after a while, but I think it's really cool to watch for the first couple of times. So I'm going to leave these deposits on so we can see what they are. But here's the thing. We have limited mushrooms that we can use as a food source. We have limited fish that we can use as a food source. And you can see there's also the ability to find fish in the river, depending upon the region. This region has fish river. This region has fish river. But our region right across the river, no, they don't come to this side of the river. They really don't like it. But you can see this region also has a rich clay deposit and a rich iron deposit. Ooh, that would be actually quite nice to get. And we can see that there's a bridge right here and another bridge right here that would give us access. So I would love to claim this middle one to get access to that iron. What else do we have? This one has a rich fish and a rich mushroom. Iron is really the thing that we're missing, though. This is a rich stone deposit is kind of helpful, and a rich wild animal deposit. So, man, there's really just like the one iron on the whole map. Oh, there's a regular iron one way over here. There's nothing else on these areas close to us because the Baron has the other 2 that happen to have iron on the map. That's annoying. I'll have to do a lot of trading, I think. So let's get started. Where are we going to put our main manor? That's what I like to figure out. Where are we going to put the main manor? I'm thinking this area over here with the clay and the salt, that's our industrial district. Oh, the other thing we have to check. What's our fertility and our underground water? So this shows where we can place wells, where we'll actually be able to get anything out of a well. So we can probably put one over here. We could put another one over here, but boy, there's not a lot of space there. So this area down here could be our sort of main residential area as we expand. That's kind of how I'm feeling that we'll do it, because there's a lot. We could have a couple of different wells for different parts of the town. And then up here we'll have an industrial area with people that are extracting clay out of the ground, turning them into tiles and things like that. And then I think we put our manor right here on this big grassy plain. In fact, maybe the top of this hill would be a pretty... Oh, that's a sweet spot. Right there. Right there. Yes. I'm all about it. Right here, that's where our manor is going. We'll build a nice little thing around it, and everybody else can look at how grandiose and glorious our manor is, right? Okay. So, that having been said, we have one thing that's the most important thing to put down right away, and that's our logging camp, because the game allows you to technically get soft locked. You start with 8 timber, and it turns out it takes 2 timber to make a logging camp. So if you accidentally run out of timber and like all your houses burn down, then you can just get screwed. So we're going to build a logging camp. We don't want to build it. I guess we could build it actually right here near the clay, right? We could try to just clear out all the trees here and all the trees over there. So we're going to start there, and they'll just pick the trees nearest by. Yeah, okay. I'm liking that as an option. So, I know how construction works, but just so you guys can see, unassigned families, that is, families do not have a current job, are the ones that perform construction tasks. You can't give them a construction task. It's just if they're not assigned to anything else, they're automatically assigned to construction. And the one thing that oxen need, that oxen are needed to perform is dragging these heavy timbers to various places. So we start with 1 ox, and we've got somebody who is currently sort of just minding the ox that will bring that to a new place. Now, the other thing we have to do is we start with these supplies, and we need to get them under cover because it's going to start raining sometime soon, and we're going to need to fix that. So that having been said, I think what we want... Yeah, I know how to make roads. Okay. I think what we want is a road that goes right through the middle here. And I really like how they kind of curve naturally with the land. And then I think this is just a nice path that goes down by the lake. I can't get too close to the lake for reasons. All right, let's start with... Then this is going to be going up to our manor. Actually, the manor should be like right here. That's the main part of the hill. So we'll probably do something like that in the near future. Let's do a new... Unfortunately, I made that road all... Whatever. It's good. It's good. We'll come back to that. So that's a nice little thing going there. And then we're going to want another road that's kind of going from the town straight over to where we're going to have our clay. And then another one that comes straight over here. Oh, that's the other thing I wanted to look at. Not just underground water, but also how are we good for farming? Oh, no. The only good farmland is right where I want to put the manor. Oh, that's problematic. Often farmland, I got 2 different food sources, which usually you get, but yeah, there's some okay farmland over here. I could build a field over here and do wheat there, but it's not great. We can see over here, there's some really good farmland in the Barrens territory. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. And this area, not great farmland either. What about this middle area here? Man, this doesn't have great farmland either. Oh, the Baron got the 2 spots that have really good farmland. Specifically, the Emmer fertility, which they never explain what that means, but it's actually referring to like wheat. Now, what about the other fertilities? Let's look back at our territory. Flax? No, we're not good at making flax over here. No, we're going to have to trade for that. Barley? No. Now, rye, we can get more rye out of the ground. It's easier to grow. The fertilities are better, but it makes half as much in terms of bread when you convert it. So, boy, this is going to be a rough spot because we can't even use this spot over here because otherwise we lose the mushrooms if we cut down all the trees, I believe. So, we've got some problems, but I think the best bet is that we're going to have a small field over here for wheat, and then maybe another one near the manor, and just that's our bread. We just won't have a lot of bread from this region. And oh boy, I keep not meaning wanting to do that. Do any of these other ones have a good wheat fertility? This one's okay. This one's okay. But whew, we are going to be relying pretty heavily on those fish. Okay. That having been said, let's go back and figure out what's next. So what's next was I want the ability to put our stuff where it needs to go. So we're going to have fish up there, and we're going to have the... Oh, man, it's really annoying how far away the... I think we need some more roads before I really do what I want to do here. There we go. How far apart our two food sources are, because we want to ideally put a granary that can reach both of them, but man, it's going to be annoying. So let's build our granary somewhere between both of them. Maybe slightly closer to the south where we know we're going to have... Maybe we build two granaries eventually, but we put one kind of close to the fish. You know, we could have a field over here. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to put the granary right here and have this... I like trying to build... Oops. I like trying to build roads that feel realistic. You know what? No, I don't like that. Take it off. Take it off. Let's do it again. I'm going to probably put something else over here is why. There we go. So now we've got a place to start. We've got that happening over here. Where do we want our storehouse? We're going to get started over here fairly quickly, so I think that's where we actually want our first storehouse. We're going to have more, but this is going to be our first one, and it's going to be probably right there. Okay, so now we're going to unpause and let these guys start getting to work. We haven't built any housing yet, and that is going to keep people sad, but we're going to get these other ones done first and foremost. So everybody is running around, ready to go. You'll notice that the ox is obviously dragging the timber for us, but they're also kind of going to, like, start... Where is the ox? Oh, the ox is going to the path that I drove. Okay. And it's probably going to the logging camp because that's the first thing that I made. So they're coming over here to actually start construction on the logging camp, even though the camp requires 2 lumber. What that means is they can get to a certain percentage, like, I don't know, 15%, before they have to stop and wait for the next piece of timber to come along. So you can see now that they are beginning the process of getting this thing ready. And we'll see other people are doing that over here. This one is also digging and getting ready for our storehouse over there. I love the bird song. And by the way, let's see. Somewhere over here there are wild animals, right? For hunting. Yeah, here we go. This is a rich animal node. Let's just, for fun... Ah, there it is. Because I think if we come over here, we might spook some animals just to see them. Boy, this guy in his pointy shoes, I think, are really limiting his move speed. I mean, look at those shoes, right? Those are not Nikes. Come on, where is it? We're gonna... Oh, I see him. There it is. Shh. Don't spook him. Oh, wow, they're very tame. And or there's no interactions between the player yet, because this is a work in progress mode where you're walking around on your own. But yeah, this is an area where if we had control of this region, we could do some game hunting, which we don't. Uh-oh, what is this? What is this? A new message from the Baron? I only seek to defend my rights, my honor against those who would wrong me. Ha! You have no rightful claim to Selbitz and Hofstetten. This is also, you can tell, a work in progress here. The focus seems to be on the main mechanics of the game being the economy systems. Those, I would argue, are probably about 70% done in terms of like the buildings that are available. All right, so now you can see these guys are waiting around. It's stuck at half because they're waiting for the ox to bring the other timber. And now they'll all get to work finishing the house. The little logging camp here. Man, they really didn't build that with tall people in mind. I mean, that guy with the hat, is he even going to be able to fit in there? He's going to knock his hat off every time he goes in. Like I said, it's really all about the detail into what's going on here. You could have just had a single place in the middle where somebody comes over and hammers, and that counts as, like, them working. But they put a bunch of different areas where the characters can interact with while they're building it. There we go. So now we immediately want to get, like, 2 families just starting to cut logs, because we only have these 5 left. All right, the ox has started this working. But again, every family that I assign here is not a family that's doing construction. And we still need this granary to be completed. It looks like this guy is getting the area set, but it will not be ready until the ox gets over there. This one has 2 logs. The ox is going to do this, and then it's going to bring it the long way around. Now, the ox does travel faster on roads. That's important to know, too. Now, where's this guy? He's flattening the ground. He's heading over in this direction. So now that we have... Let's see. How many do we have available? We have 2 timber available. Do we start with putting out something for food? I think so. This is actually almost full already. So let's make our next thing to be a gathering location. Specifically a forager's hut. Now, here's the small problem with this. Oops, there we go. Look how far away this frickin' place is. I'm going to nestle it into the woods here. I like the idea of this forager's hut is kind of like... There we go. But that means that anybody who's running the granary, if they want to go and get goods from the forager hut, it's going to take them a really long time. Luckily, it's just a straight shot on the road, but still. Season can affect the availability of resource deposits, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I know we got to assign families. You can see that if we click on the lumber camp, we have the option to see the people that are working it. And we can even see if they had a home, we could see what their home was. Right now, they're all just in the tenement camp there. You can also see what their food consumption is. They have 10 days left before these guys go and grab another piece of bread. That's some really good bread. I mean, limbus, I guess, is what they eat in this world. You can also limit the work area to say, I only want you taking trees from, like, this spot here. So that's nice. Oops, how do I cancel that? There we go. And you can assign an ox whose job it is at the logging camp to drag logs back. So you can see he's debranching a tree. So they chopped down a tree, and now he is debranching it. And once he's complete, we'll see a little timber here. And then that will get dragged over to the logging camp or to another area wherever it's needed. I'm going to go ahead and mark this as a high priority, by the way. Oh, she came right through the trees. I built you such nice roads. What are you doing? All right, so this is now 1 of 2, but it also needs 10 rubble stone to build the granary. And by the way, each of these guys, I think, is probably carrying 1 stone. So that's problem. We're going to go ahead and unassign a family so that we can get more people transporting rubble stone. It's going to take a long time to do that, is what it comes down to.
Why do I have to carry this alone?
Okay. And it's unfortunate. Sometimes you get lucky and you really get the spot you want to put your granary is right near where your starting resources are. But that is not the case here. Soon I'm going to have to figure out where I'm going to put my first buildings and where I'm going to put my sort of center of town. If we're putting the manor up on this hill, and interestingly, so that shows elevation, interestingly. But the other thing is, okay, there's the elevation lines that I saw before. When you're performing construction, it lets you see them. All right, so this has 1 timber and no stone yet. Here's the guy dragging the rubble stone. I don't know how many he can carry. I think it's only 1. I think they need to take 10 full trips. Now, luckily, we've got 1, 2, 3 people transporting here. We had another 2 already on the road bringing stuff over. So it's not going to take too long, but it is going to take some time.
Summer's coming soon, and soon the beating sun.
Ah, now I've got the storehouse. Unfortunately, I do need to take one of these family members, or one of these families, I should say, and put them in charge of the storehouse so they immediately start bringing stuff from here over into the storehouse. Like, I believe the firewood, the stone, and the tools are all going to go into the storehouse, whereas once the granary is set up, we'll get our wheat bread. The spoilage for the wheat bread is the most problematic one. Once that's in the granary, then we're set.
This is heavier than it looks.
Transporting rubble stone. And I think one of the clever things that they've done is, I think if we look right here at these people, we can see that the 2 people that had already started bringing rubble stone because they were unassigned are going to finish their job. Then they're going to come back here to the storehouse and start working in their new job. 2 months of food. Yikes. That's why we have the forager hut being constructed next. This is almost full. While we're waiting for this, let's take a quick look at... there we go. Now, each of your regions are going to have this sort of... do they call them development points? Yeah. And these are kind of like perks, essentially, that can allow you to specialize a region. So when I finish building out this region, like I said, maybe this is like a mining region that's exporting goods of some kind. And maybe this one over here with all the stone, this one's creating polished stone for export or something to that effect. And the one, if I had better wheat, I'd have a farming one over here. So each of these regions can have a different set of perks in this screen here. Now, unfortunately, and these are tied each to the different village sizes, right? So this small village, this is a large village, small town, large town, city, fortress. I don't know exactly what they're going to name them, but clearly the developers got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different tiers to the settlement in mind. So that's kind of what you're looking at for the future of this system. This used to be a standard perk tree where you'd click on a thing and it would unlock 2 more that you could click on that would unlock 2 more. And you could unlock like apiaries, and over here you can unlock wheat, but he changed that entire, this is much more thematic. It looks more thematic. It's less gamey because the one that is functional is origins. So this kind of details what your village starts as by where the people came from. We've got 5 families here starting with us, and more are coming, but what are our origins? So here's various options that say, okay, we were shaped by hard country, and so we get these perks, right? Or, guilds close their ranks. A journeyman who may wander but never root. A craftsman may labor but not sell without their seal. Blah blah blah. And as a result, we get these perks. And then there's also a malice in each of these. So we're probably going to find one that gives us some benefit. Not stonemasonry, but like not armory because we don't have any iron that's local. We definitely don't have farming here. Maybe pastures, actually. Oh, but that's got efficient hunting camps. Sheep are more resilient. They no longer die at high elevation during the winter months. Okay. I don't like trade routes being more costly because I think we're going to be heavily reliant on trade here. But what is this one? Smiths of blacksmith efficiency, weapon export value. Still no good for us. We might have to do salt import value. No, we're going to be exporting salt. We have tons of salt. So export price on minor trades. All minor trades base export value is increased. Okay, I think I know what that is. That might include things like salt. So this might be good, but we don't have, man, there's not one here that I think really applies to us. Improved mine integrity. We don't really care about that either. This one, or the starting one here, increased approval from food variety, success chance for tree planting. And this kind of thing enables converting burgage plots into small holdings. Like artisans, small holding families treat their backyard as a permanent job. That is a nice thing you can have. So if we're not getting food from other stuff, then we can get food from the people that are doing backyards with a big vegetable garden or something. That might be another way to do it. So we don't have to make that choice yet. We'll come back to that. In the meantime, I don't know if time was passing while we were doing that. It looks like not, because it looks like these guys just got here. Let me double check and see. Yeah, I did turn the cosmetic night and day on, but I don't see it. Maybe I missed it. Now, we don't have a market yet, but we will. I'm trying to decide where I should put the market. If we're going to have the big barren thing up here, I think the market somewhere in this vicinity makes sense. Maybe this little tri-corner area here. I like these meeting places as a place where we might see a market get built, because if we were talking about having sort of a large residential zone in the south surrounding a farming area, a market here, and then an industrial type zone in the north, that seems like that would be a good way to do it. So let's go ahead and set that up. Residential includes market. Oh no, that's a burgage plot, sorry. Storehouse, trading post. There's the marketplace. So, we could do something like this. It doesn't need to be big to start with. We'll make it bigger. But now we've got a little marketplace. And so the various places that would sell things to villagers will set up stalls there. Now, this family should theoretically be on the way over here now. Yes, they're slowly walking. We're going to speed things up now. This has 6 of 10, so we've got a few more people coming back. And these guys have been cutting down trees. You can see there's a log there.
If I have to spend another week...
And then we should see these guys coming over here. One of them should be grabbing a hand cart. So that, yeah, there's actually 2 hand carts here. They should both be grabbing hand carts. It'll let them come pick up the firewood and the stone and the tools at a... Hang on. Let's slow it down. Why? Where are you going? Constructing? Why is he constructing? You're a warehouse worker. I didn't give you permission to go do a different job. Well, this guy's got the cart. He'll be able to get the stuff in the storehouse pretty quickly, I think. I don't remember if the stuff actually appears in the storehouse. It's not much of a house, is it? Okay, so there's the day-night cycle. That's very nice. And then over here, we're just waiting on 3 more. Are they going to come on this lake route? They're heading back that way. And theoretically, the ox should have brought our... Or is bringing... Where's the ox? And so the title episode is named. We can find the ox if we click the hitching post. Where's Fritz? There's Fritz. I built you a nice road. Why aren't you taking the road? I guess it's not straight enough. I wonder if that's a bug and that the ox is supposed to take the road. Maybe when it gets here, it'll take the road all the way, right? Maybe. One can hope. All right. Anyway, let's see who else is on the way. 7 out of 10. I just love the fire there. Unassigned and waiting because apparently... Oh, here he goes. He's loading up the cart. And it all disappeared in one big go. There you go, buddy. You got it. Transporting firewood. So he's bringing it back over here. And you can see there it is. It actually is under the house. That's such... Like I said, attention to detail on this thing is absolutely insane. I don't know if we've got any people on YouTube. Let's take a quick look and see. We've got 4 concurrent users on YouTube. And how many people on Twitch? Anybody? Oh, it says my stream on Twitch is unstable. I wonder what that means. 4 users on Twitch. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I'm here to answer as best I can. So, once we've got the basics set up, then I'm going to start setting up our homes. We can't get any new families until we build homes. Nobody's willing to move to this place if there's no homes for them. There's the ox. I swear I think the ox is supposed to go on the road. They do have like a little civilopedia thing, right? Where's the help text? Oh, here it is. Region? Oh, there's buildings. Does it include road here? They're not in alphabetical order. And thus I am angered. No, it's not buildings. I would imagine... Would oxen be... Look at how many freaking things there are, though. This is why I said it's like probably 70% complete in terms of like the resource and economic system, not including those development. If you include those development point things that we looked at earlier, probably a little more. But I think most of it is in the game. There we go. Roads and carts. Hand carts to transport up to 10 goods at once. Pulling a hand cart off-road is extremely slow. What about the ox? Am I misremembering this? Where ox really need to use the road? I guess not. Ox just don't... They're like honey badgers. They don't care. They're just going to go right through, straight through the forest. You can assign a livestock to a particular thing. Timber transport. Oxen require unassigned family. Yeah, see, this is where I would expect it to say something about roads. So I guess I'm just misremembering. No, how do I get out of this? Close. There we go. Oh my god, now there's rain. And you can see the rain isn't just like a thing they put over the front. It actually, it's like 3-dimensionally in the area. Now, it's probably only rendering the rain right in front of my screen. But I tell you what, if we give this a few seconds, these dirt roads are going to get a little muddy. I don't think it has any effect on the game just yet, but I'm pretty sure we'll start to see little bits of puddles around the dirt in various areas that show you the effect the weather is having. Now, it's extra bad here because our bread is probably going to go bad if we don't get it into a granary real soon. So, we still need 8 more. Come on, Jacob! Get your stupid stone in there! What are you waiting for? Don't go all the way around. Stop taking the road. You too! Alright, this is the last piece of the puzzle vis-a-vis this particular granary. Granaries need stone because you're going to be building them slightly underground to keep things cool and dry. Speeding that up a little bit. There we go. Now we got to assign a family. And which family did they pick? The one that's right near here. Perfect. So he's going to grab that cart and run his way over to the bread and bring that under shelter. Because, yeah, it's problem where it's spoiling outside. This isn't RimWorld. You don't get to start with survival packs. Okay, so now that we still have 7 timber, and I am hopefully expecting... Let me see. Oh, no, the mushrooms are almost full. We have to start picking them. Oh, there's the ox. There's the ox. Slowly. Very, very slowly. Those stalks are getting soaked. No. She grabbed 1 piece of bread. Oh, no, I think only brought 1. So I think we lost some bread there. Quick, get some fish. We need fish. Fish. Fisherman's hut. So we're going to need this to be as close to the granary as possible. So let's put it right here. I would like to actually back it up against... Yeah, you know what? Let's plant that before we place this. Uh-oh. Whoops. I love the curvy nature of these roads that can make them look realistic. Like just assume that there's a path that goes this way because people like walking around the lake. And also it could be a Daytona 500 thing in the future. Let's stop that there. And then also we'll have another one come up this way. This will be like the main road up to the manor. And we'll stop that there, and this one probably connects to it. Perfect. Now we can get our fishermen set up over here. And I think the way that this works is the fisherman hut is probably like backed right up against the lake as close we can get, right? No, I don't want it to snap. Something like that. I think you can turn off snapping, but it is what it is. And then, of course, I like adding paths that would be like, well, this is really what it would more or less look like if people take the same paths over and over again. Nope, that one was bad. Can't undo, though. There we go. And actually, yeah, that's close enough. Now, what I'd also like to do is build the fishermen a little home over here. So let's do that. And what kind of home would it be? I think... Oh, low on food? I know I'm low on food, but it's not my fault. Did we pick up the bread? He got all but 1! Come on, man! Just grab the last one and stick it in your mouth or something. No, that's probably not very sanitary. Alright. I thought this would say what's in it. Oh, there's nothing stored inside just yet. Somebody's bringing the first piece of wheat bread right now. There it is. There's now 1 piece of wheat bread there. So we've got the fishing thing is going to start getting built. Let's build them a house. And let's build it right off of this road. Yeah. Do we want 2 families built over here? I don't think so. I think we just give them 1 nice little area here. And we make it a little bit bigger. I don't like that the backyard is so small, but... Let's try again. Oh, it's so weird. I don't think that's how it's actually going to work, but this one has a decent-sized backyard. So let's do this. Let's have a couple of people on this road. Both of them have room for double families. That's kind of what you were looking at there. Hey, here's somebody in Twitch chat that wanted to get banned. Boom, done. So when you're making the houses like that, it's so cool how you can, like, do this thing and then like change it to be this or that. And you can see exactly, this is going to be the main house. This is going to be a secondary smaller house where a second family can live. And this will be the back door space. Like if you want to put a vegetable garden or something, or a dairy or sorry, like a pig farm or something in the back. So now I want to do the same thing, but for the guy who's going to be living over here at the forager hut. The family that's going to be living at the forager hut. So they are being constructed right now. So this seems like a great place for them to have their own little house. Huh. I wonder why I can't quite... Okay, that's just not enough goods, which we can fix very shortly. Yeah, this is an important job. We're going to give it to these two people. So overall, that should get us to 6 once we extend them. So we're going to maximize the priority of the fisherman's hut, because we want to start catching those fish. They're already almost full. And if they keep growing when they're full, then it's going to fail. And we want to start harvesting these mushrooms as well. Because right now, these guys in the storehouse, they got nothing to do. They've already taken all of the stuff. Granary worker. Yeah, transporting. Who are you and what are you transporting? Are you transporting one piece of bread that was over here? I think that's what you're doing. Forager hut is completed. Fantastic. And we're going to put a family in there ASAP. And we're just going to start with one. We need to keep one of the families unassigned. Approval is critically low. Yes, I know. Lucky for me, the family that's here is already setting out to gather the mushrooms. And you can see the little mushrooms are here. They're going to bend down and pick them up. Okay. Moving back over here. It's going to take a while. Now, where do we have our families? We have the logging camp. There's one there, one at the storehouse, one in the granary. And right now, aside from the granary, which I think is still transporting one more thing, we don't really have any goods for the storehouse to pick up right now because the logs are actually taken and kept at the logging camp. So we're going to go ahead and free up that storehouse guy. Now, when we hit winter, we need the storehouse staffed so that the market stalls over here will have firewood for people to buy. But right now, we're going to take advantage of the fact that it is not winter and free up one of our families. We've only got one timber right now. I feel like maybe one unused timber, right? This is how much timber we actually have 9. We've already started building houses and things that are going to use 8 of them. So we only have one timber that hasn't been accounted for, which is fine. Let's speed up the process a little bit. We should now see, I believe, that the fisherman's hut is the next highest priority. And here comes the ox with the first of the 2 timber that are needed for the fisherman's hut. Now, is the ox moving with... Because somebody said the ox's legs looked really weird. And yes, the ox's legs look broken. Yeah. I'm going to try and stop it at the right time. Yeah. You see how his leg is like somehow caught and like being pulled backwards? So obviously that is not by design. That is a bug that the designers, developers noticed. So let's speed that up. It doesn't appear to actually affect. It's just an animation bug. We can move that hitching post eventually, but not just yet. We're also going to need to set up salt and a trade route fairly quickly. Salt should be something that we can export fairly easily. Here's where the trade point is. We'll probably put the trading hub somewhere up here, and they can go and get the stuff from this area. It's so far away. It's just unfortunate that those resources were up there. I would much have preferred the mushrooms up here and the salt down here so I could just export it right nearby. But it's a little bit less efficient than we want it to be. But it is what it is. So they have partially built this. They're waiting for the other timber to really finish it. This guy's just kind of hanging out, waiting for it. Here it is. The last timber's coming over for that one. And you can see they're slowly chipping away at the forest here. I want them to take out this forest and the forest around the clay deposit. We definitely don't want them taking out the... and I thought they mentioned there was a button you could use to tell them, maybe it's just automatic, to not wipe out the mushrooms by mistake. Oh, the other really cool thing about this update, in addition to the origins thing that we were looking at, is this environment thing. This is also clearly not completed, but, for example, 32% of this region is meadow, and as a result, pollination gets boosted by 32%. I think they're rounding up to 33% here. So crop, orchard, and vegetable yields are increased by an amount equal to 30% of the combined meadow environment and apiation affinity. So if we have some bees, that we have some apiaries built, it'll increase the effectiveness of orchards and vegetable yields and crop yields. And in addition, the meadow's bloom fattens the hive, so apiary production time decreases an amount equal to the meadow environment. So these kind of reinforce each other. The more bees there are, the better this area produces, and the more of this meadow area, the better it is for the bees. Then we have this woodland area, which is the majority, and that makes pigs' time to yield decreased, and it increases the mushrooms, and it increases the bark gathering for tannery yield. And then you've got things like farmland that doesn't currently do anything. That is something that's being explored. Like, what does more farmland do to other things in terms of some kind of little buffer bonus? We also have a rural one because we have some housing and stuff put down. And then we have an urban one. Currently, the urban one reduces the maintenance, but they're still trying to figure out exactly what should fit in these affinity areas. So that is a really cool concept that you don't necessarily have to play around with, but it just adds to the simulation. Now, these people here are still pissed at me because it's been like a month and I haven't built any houses for them yet. It's work. We're working on it. Okay, we're working on it. And I would like to set up a nice orchard. This looks like a nice area for an orchard, to be honest. Let's see what that would look like if we tried setting up an orchard here. Right, we reduce this. Maybe 2 orchards? Or I think 1 would look more realistic here. See, I don't think that line is complete. I don't think that's right. I think it's going to do different things. So let's do that. If for nothing else, then so we can test it. Here's the thing. I don't know why he put his house way over here. Right? Let's actually see if I can affect it by starting over here instead. Huh, that's not what we wanted. Oh, that's weird. That was not part of the plan. Okay, so I think we're getting too close to that guy. Man, I had it. I think I screwed it up by making the road go up. Let's try fixing that. All right, let's try that one more time. We can adjust this other road, to be honest, once we get this. I don't know why it's doing that. Let's try and redo this road. Make a nice little walking path around the outside of the... And now let's see if we did that. No, it did that weird thing again. Look, there's actually like 2 different ones. That one works. Ah, now it's following the road like I had hoped. Yeah. Okay, no matter what, it seems like it's going to put the house over here, even if I start on that side. So, we're just going to go with it. Alright, we have a house. A house with a family that's moved in. And you can see that this family requires, ideally, 2 different types of food to be happy at the current level. So, it requires some type of meat, regular, like cheese, some kind of protein, I guess, is what the bottom one is, right? Meats, fishes, and animal produce, those are the kinds of things that you would get protein from. And the top one is all kinds of fruits and veggies, essentially, and legumes, maybe. And then, as you upgrade these things, they have more fine taste. Not only do they need some protein, they'll need a meat and an animal produce separately, not just one or the other. They'll need both. And once these things get added, the people will become happier, and that will improve our approval. Right now, our approval is very sad because of homelessness and the lingering memory of homelessness. So those are still true. We're trying to fix that. What are you bringing? Firewood. He's bringing firewood to his house. So that is going... Oh, he's actually already brought some mushrooms back. So he's got that covered. And then soon he's going to have this too to add extra variety. And church access, we got to build a church. That's going to take a while. We can do the water access though, right? Let's find the well. We know there's one that's going to be up here. And then we can put another one... I mean, it sucks, but, I mean, we put it near the marketplace, right? That's the best we can do. So the well is there. You're going to have to come get your water from there. Sorry, guys. It's going to be a while. The other problem, though, is if you get a big fire, whether it's starting like bandits or like lightning or something else, the, sorry about that. I'm going to mute that so that it doesn't ping at you here anymore. Do not disturb for 2 hours. There we go. The other problem with regards to, if you get a fire... Oh, did we actually get the fisherman's hut? Yeah, there we go. Let's get somebody start fishing right now. ASAP. Is, if you do get a fire, having more wells means more people can participate in trying to put that fire out. And unfortunately, if we have a fire anywhere in this middle area, we have no water nearby. Will they go to the pond? One would hope they'd go to the pond. It seems like that water would work just as well. All right, here's our fishermen coming in to do their thing. You're using it. Is that a hammer? Did you bring a hammer to catch a fish? No. That would be absolutely insanity. Just start hammering away at the water and then get a fish comes out. Wow, that was a terrible cast, my dude. What about you? What about you, lady? Oh, you got a fish already? Wow, that was quick. That's also terrible. Did you guys learn how to fish properly at all? Now we got a third one gathering the fish here. So hopefully, there we go. They've started gathering, which is good because now it can continue to grow. We can also say, hey, don't ever bring the fish below this amount. They're at 163. Don't bring it below 112 or like 110 or something. Similarly, that's not a problem, though, because these mushrooms, they're going to keep growing back regardless of whether we pick all of them or not. All right, so these guys are still out there picking the mushrooms. The mushrooms seem to be growing about as fast as we can pick them, which is great. And we have our granary guy. Where's the granary guy? Peddling. Oh, transporting. Why aren't you... Why aren't you taking the cart? I know that the granary has a cart. I can see it right there. Shouldn't you take the cart? Did you steal the cart? Is that what's going on here? You're coming. You better not be coming back with one mushroom when you could have a whole cart full. I will be annoyed. He did. He brought one. Okay, now he's got the cart. The other guy must have had the cart before. So he'll bring back 10 mushrooms the next time he comes down here. Right now there's 7, so he'll be able to bring quite a lot. And by the time he gets back, hopefully he'll prioritize bringing back fish, because now we've got 5 fish that need to be brought over to the granary as well. Meanwhile, the one unassigned family has now started construction on our second home. Or did they get start down here? Let's see. Did we? No. This one has no goods. Where's my ox? What's the status of Fritz? He is bringing to the closest houses first, it looks like. And then he'll bring to the house that's down by the forager's hut. That's fine. Now we could add another family here. And I think I want to do that. We've got enough timber to do it. And we'll mark that as high priority so that the ox brings that stuff first. I'm going to try to just make this a little wider to cover up this weird bump there. This is just a very busy road, that's all. You can't tell me what to do. And it looks a little more like a cart road right now that we've got it made it a little wider. I don't know. Something weird's going on there, and I kind of made it look a little better, maybe. Your mileage may vary. I hope I don't have to get rid of that. That's going to be a lot of deleting. So who's out there in the chat? You still there, Gnome? You still watching? Let's see. Okay, sorry, back here. So we've got our second home being constructed. Almost complete. Bingo. Bango bongo. So now we have slightly fewer people that are unhoused. Where's another house? We have one family here. We have one family here, but for somehow that turns into 3 families have been housed. I was also thinking about adding another family to this one. Sure. So they're going to build another little house next year. I don't want to be the guy that's stuck in the little house. That seems like a bad plan. Alright, we're slowly getting those fish. Reducing that number. We're slowly... Man, the mushrooms are just regrowing. That's amazing. Mushrooms are great. Although maybe it just means that the foragers are not spending as much time over here because their houses are so far away. We do need to get this one built as well. I'm going to go ahead and speed things up a little bit here. So once we get some incoming families, like more than the 5 housing that we have now, then we'll be in better shape. Ah, remember I told you you could... we just had a nice rain, and now you look, we can clomp through the mud. It's just so much attention to detail on everything. And everything is really being limited by this one ox. I could try to get another ox, but it costs money. And that's problematic because I don't have a lot of it. I've got 50 regional wealth and no way to get more for quite a while. I'm going to need to grow to at least 10 or 12 families before I have the ability to export goods and get some money that way. My cat is looking at me very angrily. It's not dinner time yet, but he does look like he wants to murder me for dinner. All right, here we go. Here we go. The last ox is coming this way, I think. Wait, did it go the other way? Nope, that's that. Resource stolen by nearby bandits. Food is gone. Oh, those bandits. How dare they take my bread? That was my last bread. Is it these bandits? Oh, we got to do something about that. We're going to need to start getting our militia together very soon and take them out. So we're going to turn off the day-night cycle. It's very cool to look at, but it does get a little bit annoying sometimes. Wait, did I turn it off at night? And that means it doesn't... Okay, maybe I gotta wait. Oh no, there we go. Turn it off. Bingo. Okay, it did its thing. So the logging camp family still just cutting down trees. Look, you can see 1, 2, 3 logs, 4 logs. Ho. Construction finished on another burgage plot. Now this one, this is where we're going to plot level too low. Oh, I can't. Oh, I need planks before I can build that orchard. That's right. So let's get that under construction as soon as we can. These two need that, and then this could also use another one of these once we have those taken care of. So we'll speed things up again. Where did the... Is that the ox? No. Where's the ox? There he is. Why are you coming from that direction? What's over there? The trees are over here. The stuff is over here. Why did you go that way? Ay, ay, ay. Fritz. Buddy. Right. You can see how fast the fish are getting depleted here. If this was a rich fish deposit... Is there a rich fish deposit somewhere on the board to look at? Yes. Here's one. It goes up to 396 fish. That's the tiniest pond. That pond is smaller than ours. It must go underground to the river, right? It must. And then the fish get washed up into the pond. That's the only way any of this makes sense. Catching frogs or something. All right, now, we're still... One available living space. Perfect. I don't know where that would be. Level 1, there's 2 of them there. There's 1 of them here. That's 3. Where's the other house? Did this one down here get built? No, it's still not built yet. So I don't know where... I don't know where they went. They also can't get food, right? Because there's nobody... Oh, no, they can get food, but they can't get firewood yet, because I still haven't assigned anybody else to the storehouse. Somehow they moved into these extensions without actually... That seems like a bug, but it'll be rectified. They're getting built right now. What are you doing? Who is this guy walking around doing nothing? He's gone into his house and he's disappeared. Come back. Come back. Do your job. What's your job? I don't know what it is, but you should do it. Waiting? Oh. They fished it down to 110. Okay, so we'll take them off of that so they can help with construction. That way we'll let the fish population regrow. Oh, actually, I don't know if the fish are going to regrow now that it's summer. They might have only been growing in the spring. Right, it doesn't say growing. I think this one does, though. See, this one says growing. In fact, teeming. So at this point, I think we can probably bring it down to fewer fish, since it's not growing anyway. Let's get a few more. It'll grow again in the spring, and it'll be great. So you can see this is a burgage plot, but it actually has 2 families in it. Because we built that tiny little extension of a house. You know, you got the big family here, you got the tiny family here. It fits 3 people in both. Can't you tell? Oh, and they just finished building theirs. So now we've got enough room for somebody to move in, and we have positive approval now that we're getting rid of the whole homelessness thing. And at the beginning of the game, we get a bonus migration of from our approval. Or no. This is saying, yes, fresh settlement is +1, and our approval is causing the other +1. So we will start seeing additional families show up. And we'll be able to finally start diversifying what we're doing here. Like, I want to build an orchard. And while we're waiting for that, let's start construction on planks. Where's planks? There we go. No? Gathering. Oh, it's under gathering. Interesting. A saw pit can go right next to the logging camp, and that will allow us to build planks, which will let us build that orchard, I believe. You know how orchards need planks? You know how you can't build an orchard unless you have planks? Very historically accurate, you see. And then we also are going to need firewood. Wait, yeah, we're going to need firewood. This is a saw pit, right? Yeah, it's a saw pit. Now, where's the firewood going to go? We could put the firewood, like, here and have them dig up all of this stuff. See, the firewood guy, woodcutter's lot, he wanted privacy, so he turned it away towards the trees he was planning to cut down. But again, all of these kind of need those timber, so the ox is our real limiting factor. The ox and our logging camp. But here, we're finally going to finish this other burgage plot here, and then the ox will come down here to deliver to this one, theoretically. That should be fairly high on his agenda. Alright, that's that plot finished. So yeah, now we want to get an orchard to build just another way to get food. But you got to plant the orchard early because it takes like 3 years to grow, and then it starts giving you lots of fruit. So we're trying to get that done ASAP. That does not require a special fertility like the wheat does. Ah, we got a new family moved in. So now we've got a total of 6 families. So I think we can now afford to put somebody on a different thing. We can take them off of fishing. And once we get wood cutting and or saw pit completed, we'll be able to do that. Now, right now, the ox... Oh, the ox is bringing the timber to this. Okay, good. That way we can start wood cutting for firewood. Now, the other thing that I do like to have... Where is charcoal? Charcoal kiln right next to the firewood thing is not terrible. Can I get it here without cutting down a tree? No, I'll have to put it here. Because, and this is something I kind of only learned recently, charcoal is made of wood, but it's not burned wood, right? You didn't actually burn the wood. What you're doing with charcoal, and here we go, we got our woodcutter's lodge, boop. The wood in question is heated to a high temperature in an area that has no oxygen. And that means that it can't combust. But what you can do is sort of get rid of all of the impurities in the wood, leaving behind only the combustible stuff. You're getting rid of all the water and all of the organic matter that goes with that. And you're leaving behind all of the things in the wood that combust. And that's why charcoal works so much better as a fuel. And why it can burn hotter and longer, because you're getting rid of those impurities that normally the fire's heat has to deal with. Advanced production. Yes, we know about all that. Now, the other thing we're going to do, this takes 2, so we're going to now reserve Fitz to bring over logs to the saw pit. Once he brings over 5 logs, then I'll let him go. And he can go back to construction. Now, we don't need to worry about a timber reserve or anything here necessarily, because I'm only going to assign... Oh, Fitz is going over here to finish the well. Now he should be assigned to bring timber over to the saw pit. And once he's brought over 5 so that we can start producing planks, then I'll let him go and produce the burgage plot down here. So what I'll do is I'll have this guy generate a whole bunch of firewood, which you can see he's generating it very quickly right now. He's already at 12, 13, going on 50. All right, we finished the well, so we at least have a well. And all these people are bringing their stuff back home. And we'll have another piece over here. The wells apparently need wood. That kind of makes sense. Once this is maxed out to 50 firewood, then I'll have the charcoal kiln come over here and take the firewood and turn it into a more effective fuel. Basically, I think that turns 1 wood into 2 charcoal to show that it's more effective. All right. So now we can start making planks here at the saw pit. So yeah, now we can see where our tenants are. 2, 4, 6. And we've got another one being built way down here that's going to take a while, but it'll get there. And then we got to figure out a new place to put some... Oh! They stole my firewood! Oh, those bandits! I'm going to get them. Sorry, cat. He doesn't like my outbursts. He's more chill. Where's the people that are supposed to be doing this? Whoops. I zoomed way too far out. You hold Alt, by the way, when you're zooming out, if you hold down the Alt key, it will prevent you from going out to that big map mode. Crafting. Waiting? Oh, this guy's in there. You can only have 1 person crafting at a time. So if you have a family that's assigned to the saw pit, they're kind of not doing anything the rest of the time. So this guy's doing what he does. You can see kind of why it's a pit, is so they can use gravity to help them do the actual sawing. You don't have to hold the blade up horizontally or something. You do it vertically, and you can save yourself some time and effort. Now, where are you going home? You can't go home. You're a serf. Get back there. Now I gotta wait for this guy to walk all... Oh, we gotta build you guys a house that's closer to your workplace. That's what we gotta do. And we've cleared out this nice land over here. That seems like an auspicious thing, then. Although, these are gonna move eventually, but for now. Something like that. We don't have the resources to make something that big. We'll get back to it. The logging camp is still doing what it does, but we're taking up a bunch of the timbers in order to use them at the saw pit here. Now, where's the guy guiding the ox? Where'd you go? What happened to... Where's my ox? Oh, it's way over here. The ox is waiting, but what is this lady doing? It says that she is part of the ox. Oh, look at his 4 legs. He's walking on his knees. Yeah, I know. It looks like it hurts, buddy. Hello, Nebulord. Officiel. I'm the Lord of the Manor, by the way. There's no Manor yet. I guess that's why I am the Lord of the Lands, because there is no Manor at this point. You know, I think I have to turn off this and let them go down so we get more fish coming out of here. Eventually. So this guy, despite the fact that the bandits stole our firewood, is still doing a good job getting that firewood. This is a change, by the way. They now have a durability system. So you get 251 days of durability with the Woodcutter's Lodge in use. I wonder if you assign more families, if that causes the maintenance to go away. Or if you assign no families, does it still need to get maintained? These are all the good questions. What are you doing there? What do you mean waiting? Who are you? Why are you there? What house do you belong to? You're part of this house. Anna. Where's Anna? Waiting. Why are you waiting and not debranching a tree in the logging camp? Oh, what were you waiting for? Going home? You were going to be going home? That's what you were waiting for? Alright, so theoretically now... going to get mushrooms, eh? And our fishing does still have 5 fish. This guy's transporting a carp. Just one. Why would you need more than one? When you upgrade your granary, you get a second, what you call it, transport cart. Okay. I think if we get, like, another 4 logs over here, then that'll be enough. Actually, that's the 30... Yeah, that'll be exactly enough. There's 3 more logs. So let's speed things up a little bit. Oh, there goes the log. Coming full speed. 2, 4 would get us a total of 50 planks, and then we won't have to worry about bringing stuff over here for a long time. We can then devote the ox entirely to crafting. Hello to Ginny. Is I'm saying that right? I guess it's just Ginny, right? Is that like supposed to be like Djinn? Like Jinn, like the genie? And yeah, Tales of Heroes was an enormous amount of fun. This is not quite like that. We are doing things a little bit differently here. So now, theoretically, where's the ox? We have to check. Find the ox. Alright, he was bringing the last piece of wood to the saw pit, and then he should be getting released. Right? Because I unassigned him. He's not assigned here anymore. So let's see if he stops bringing stuff to the saw pit. He should be bringing it to construction now. Oh, he is. Good. Good job, Fritz. He's bringing that over to construction of the house down here. And we're going to need more houses. So what do we have for woodwork? We've got 12 timbers. And we could build some buildings over here. Let's move the hitching post. How about right here for now? And that gives us a nice road here to build some stuff on. Actually like the idea of building housing over here right now. sort of close to the market. That's too long. We're just going to build a few houses right now. Now, do we want to build them this tightly packed? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's change that to 5. And then the one on the end will actually be a double. Sure. All right. I absolutely love the ability to have your houses sort of build that organic way. Now, this is actually a format that a lot of, if you look at like medieval villages that still have the same plot setups from like the olden times, they will actually look very similar to this, where you have, and sometimes there's like a farm in the back or something. You will find stuff that looks just like this when you look at it from an aerial view, where there's a house by the road and then there's a big long thing with a fence in between. It might look a little bit more like this. It might be a little bit more spread out. But that's kind of what they used to do, because everybody wanted a house on the road, and then they just use the area directly behind the house as their area. Generic storage full. Ah. Stop with that. And this guy's also full, so we're going to have them start turning that that firewood into charcoal. Meanwhile, I now have enough to build our orchard. The question is, what orchard are we going to build? Do we want pears? We could actually build another house with another orchard right here. I actually really like that idea. Get some symmetry going on. And have it be an even bigger orchard. Not only symmetry, this is going to be like competitiveness between these two orchards. It's like the McCoys and the whatever you call them, the Renfields. That's not even a thing. The Hatfields. Not Renfields. The fucking vampires. Okay. So let's do that. And I won't have enough, I don't think, to get both of these orchards going right away. But once we get a little bit more cash, we will do it that way. So these guys, who's transporting the goods to get this construction going? These guys are here. Are you going to get goods? So we currently have 7 houses under construction, but we can't have any new families join us. I took a little too long to make these houses, partly because this one is so dang far away. But I want a house that's over here near the forager hut. It'll help with... Oh, the mushrooms are shrinking. We actually... Crap. I want to get those quickly. We're in the fall. Now, how many months of food do we have? We have 16 months of food. Now, as more families come in, that number is going to dwindle. So... let's leave 80 fish left in here before going into wintertime. There was a previous perk. Was it on the previous version, or a thing where you could fish during the winter? Maybe that's one of the new ones. Could cause a permanent loss of the deposit. So we're not going to overfish too much, but we're going to fish a little bit more. Once we get one more family, we're going to do that. Harvest season ended. We have not yet built our fields, because we don't have very good fields. Alright, finally we're going to get this other housing built, and that will get us more families. I feel like I definitely have not played super efficient thus far. Jin, have you, are you, Genie, I guess, are you, familiar with this game? Have you played much of this? What about you, Nebulord? Storage filled. Wow, the charcoal kiln is already done. Done everything. So now we just need to get somebody in the storehouse. And I'm like, nobody's working the charcoal kiln anymore. Nobody's working the woodcutter lodge. Because we don't need it just yet. Next winter we will. We'll have a bigger town. Look how small our town is. It's pathetic. This is the first winter and we've got like 6 families. I think that amounts to essentially 18 people. That's it. 6 level 1 families, 12 men, 6 women, total population of 18. Plots constructed. Yeah, only 3 of them occupied. And this shows whether they're happy, whether they have met all of their needs when you hover over it. So what is the problem here? They don't have fuel. That's their main problem. They do have water access. They don't have fuel because I don't... Oh, no. Charcoal kiln. That's considered exposed? Well, don't leave it in there in the rain. Somebody go pick it up. Unfortunately, I just assigned a new family to the storehouse, and they're going to take a little bit, but they'll go and get the cart and start using it, hopefully, to bring stuff from the charcoal kiln. They stole my fish! And my mushrooms! Oh, those bandits. It has to be those bandits here in Soudenbrook. Or it could be the bandits over here in Shopstags, whatever that is. Meanwhile, here at Rohalach, I can change the name too. I can change it to whatever I want. The town of Brachiosaur. You know. German town of Brachiosaur. Alright. So here... Oh my god. This orchard is going to be way, way more expensive than I thought. I forgot that they scale the costs now based on the size. But this looks like the thing that you'd have an orchard with, right? Alright. That's what we call an eventual orchard. Okay? Same thing over here. Eventual orchard. We're not getting there anytime soon. We're going to need to do some vegetable gardening first. So, to that end, yeah, we still have no good fertility over here. So this is a place where we can build housing. We can do, like, a rye field right here. That wouldn't be terrible. But that won't be until next year. Because right now, you're supposed to be planting for the next year. And we're not doing that. So that's not happening. Instead, let's build... some housing here that can get us like vegetable gardens. One, two, three, four. Yeah, that looks good. Alright, now, at this point, somebody from the storehouse should be doing their job, right? And I'll probably have to build another storehouse somewhere closer to the center. I only built it over here because I expect this storehouse to be used for everything for the beginning, but I'll build additional storehouses to be more efficient in moving things around eventually. Ah, you've got firewood. Oh, you stole a cart. So you're transporting firewood. What are you transporting? You've got the other cart. Okay, good. You're bringing one firewood over to the market. Is that what you're doing? Oh, he's got a lift with the legs, buddy. Look at the legs. All right, well. This guy's coming to grab the charcoal. And I'm going to move the charcoal kiln and the woodcutter's lodge eventually. We're trying to clear out all these trees to turn this into more housing or something else. Maybe the church goes over here. I don't know yet. But we have to ask ourselves, where's the ox? There's the ox. We finally finished the other burgage house. Oh my god. And we'll add an extra extension here too. So we are almost out of mushrooms. It's shrinking. But once they're gone, then we can free up both of these families. I also wouldn't mind having an herb garden here, but I can't afford the wealth at the moment. I need that for something else. Vegetables, likely. So we now think we have 13 months of fuel. So that'll go well into the summer when the fish are coming back and other things are happening. More mushrooms will be back then, too. Can you imagine being in this village and it's like, what are we going to have for dinner tonight? Same thing we have every night. Mushrooms. Jeez. Eventually, we'll get some more carrots. We can't hunt anything because there's no... See all these forests? No animals. Over here, though, lots of animals. But over here, none. 0 animals. That feels a little bit unusual. All right, where's this going? Ah, to this burgage plot. Oh, we did get another family. That's nice. Let's put them in charge of, well, let's leave them on construction, actually, for the moment. Two mushrooms left. Once that's gone, then winter is coming. So here's what the different seasons say they'll do. Spring has frequent rains. Crops grow in the summer. Possible droughts. Harvesting, plowing, and sowing crops. Sheep shearing is forbidden in the winter, and wild berry bushes become dormant. Which is also true of mushrooms, I believe. Grab the last mushroom. It's you. It's all down to you. You're the last one going to find the last mushroom in the entire forest. Oh, there it is. I can see it. Pick it. It's the last one, according to the rules. Oh, this is the good one. Nope, he's walking past that one too. Not good enough. This is the glorious. Yeah. Don't sit on it! Alright, well, close enough. So now, we're going to unassign those families so that we can assign one of them to fish. And the other one is just going to help with construction. Because now that we're building housing a lot closer to our wood cutting area, we're going to be able to build much faster. Bringing in some extra... Look at all that food. Tons of food. But we're no longer going to get any more of the mushrooms. Let's do that. We'll get a little bit more fish to keep people happy. So now this guy, they've got fuel, they've got mushrooms, they've got carp, they've got water access. The only thing they don't have is a church. What do we need for a church? A wooden church. I could build it, actually. So now the question is, where should the church go? Kind of like here. This is right across from the marketplace. That seems about right. Maybe it sits a little bit further away from the main street. And what else would go around the church? Other good stuff? I don't know. Yeah, near the well, right? Maybe the church goes across from the well. Too steep to build? Oh, that's weird. But I think that sounds about right. Here we have the... This is actually not a terrible spot. Perfect. So now everybody's going to have church access, which is going to allow... I do like to do this every once in a while, too. All right, and we've now finally got room for more people to move in. We're supposed to be getting 2 a month, and we have 8. We started with 5, so we've gotten 1.5, and it's been several months. We started in March, right? So we have definitely failed our task of getting the housing done as fast as we could. But we'll catch up now. It'll be fine. The advantage of that is you don't need quite as much food if you don't have people moving in quite so quickly. What's all that noise? What's that racket? So I'm going to see if we can't get one of the... Well, no, it's winter. We're not going to be planting any vegetable gardens just yet. But next spring, that's what we're going to be focused on. Let's speed things up a little bit. How's this? We're still getting the charcoal brought around to the storehouse. And from the storehouse, it then gets brought over to the marketplace. And you can see they've got this little spot where they're... Well, they were selling something, but we can see we've got firewood here. But what happened to our food stall? Nobody's selling anything at the food stall. You guys are transporting 1 mushroom each. It's so crazy. And they're building the church now. For that, we needed the planks, we needed the stone, and we're going to need 4 timbers. That's going to be a while. It's going to take a while to get. Oh, look at that. We gained... We've reached a new milestone for our town. Strong militia is paramount to the survival of any settlement. Luckily, a shipment of weapons has just arrived, and you will now be able to create your first militia banners to serve and protect your people. However, we'll need more weapons to equip all the people as the settlement grows, either by making them or importing them from other lands. Excellent. So now we can go in here. Now, the problem is we don't have the people, right? I think have 20, but we barely even have 22 population, much less 20 people that can serve in the militia. So we're not going to call them up just yet. But we have reached the first number of burgage plots of level 1 or higher, which means we can now choose our first development. So let's look at these more in detail than we did before. So small holders is not bad. They don't like it when you tithe. But they do like if, you make backyard extensions, like your vegetable gardens and your pigs and stuff, they can work there more full time. You can have bigger vegetable gardens that aren't part-time endeavors. That's okay, but I'm not feeling that one right now. Hunting hounds, not useful here. We have no areas that make sense. Woodwright journeyman. So bowyers and joiners get a bonus to making war bows, crossbows, small shields, and large shields, and exporting those things has a higher value. Reduced fuel consumption, that's good. Increased militia combat effectiveness, decreased mining labor speed. I was really sold on this until you got to that. Our mines are going to be our most important thing. Our salt mine and our clay pit. Although, that's interesting. The deep mine is still used for salt. So I'll come back to that one. The guildsman. Increased regional wealth for burgage plots. All occupied burgage plots produce additional regional wealth per month. I'm strongly considering this one because we don't have a good way to make money very easily just yet. Reduced burgage plot upgrade costs, making it easier. That makes sense. Land tax approval malice. Land tax approval severity plus 20%. Salt and iron ore import value. Now, the only thing we'd use here is the iron ore import because we have none. But having iron ore cost less would be very useful. So this is, I'm so far currently happiest with Regensburg Guildsman. Smiths of Passau. Blacksmith efficiency is not going to be super valuable because, again, cannot really benefit. Clothing durability, sheep are more resilient and efficient hunting camps. No, that's not going to help us. Reduced castle planner cost, improved stone mason station. Not helpful because we don't have a rich stone area. Decreased hunting and fishing. No, fish is important to us. Trade routes for iron ore and salt are free to establish. And the import value is cheaper for both. Okay, so I actually think this one is probably perfect. Mine integrity, no longer a factor for collapse. We could have more mines. That's good. Armorer efficiency. Helmets, mail armor, and plate armor are easier to make, and the export value is increased. And iron import value is decreased. So if we import iron and export mail, this one helps us on both sides. The treasury cost for the retinue is doubled. But that's okay. I'm strongly feeling this one now. Although I do really like this one, I'm going to probably go with this one. And establishing salt trade route for free will actually get us going nice and fast. Because normally you have to pay quite a bit to get your salt trade route started. Widen hinterlanders. Efficient farming at elevation. Cheaper animal imports, increased mining labor speed. That actually is good. But we're not going to do a lot of farming. That's what it comes down to. We just don't have very good fertility. So this is the one. This is really it. Let's unlock it. So what do we say? Our fathers struck their fortunes in Nuremberg on iron veins and salt roads, but fortunes thin and heirs grow many. We strike out to claim our own share, new seams and a new trade. And from what will we win? Some iron, come iron well measured, and from the iron armor fit for kings. Okay, that's our whole thing about this little province here. So we've got that. Now we just need to, grow enough to take advantage of all of that. We have 4 free families as well. So that to me says we can now start our salt construction. We do have the problem of, the whole only having 1 ox thing. I think I'm going to have to get another ox soon. If not, very now. Because we have the 1 ox. Where did I put the 1 ox? Ox post. It was over here. So I could upgrade this to a small stable, or I could just build another ox post. I think I'll build another ox post. Cosmetic. You just want to put down erase shrubbery or build a shrine. Okay. Where's the ox post? There it is.
This is heavier than it looks.
So let's put this one sort of in the center of town. Roughly here. I can move it again later if I want, but that's where we're going to start. And what does that cost? That costs nothing. They will just build it. What are you transporting? Are you transporting 1? There's no way. Oh, that's carp. Where are you transporting carp from? Oh. You're coming back here to get carp. Okay. I was temporarily confused. I thought you were transporting carp to the fishing post, but that's not right. You're going to get carp. You did get the other thing over here. Okay. So if we get a second ox, it will significantly speed up our construction, which can also help our growth. And for that, we need that hitching post. I'm going to go ahead and mark that as the highest priority. A new family moved in. Huzzah! We still have 8 more getting constructed for those families. And we do have the church. The church still under construction. We have 5 unassigned families. But nobody... Oh, I think everybody's bringing... Transporting mushrooms. Transporting carp. You know what? We're going to have this... And then, yeah. There we go. Because if people are going all the way over here to get the stone and the planks, that's going to be a problem. It's going to take a long time to build that stupid church. Meanwhile, we have to ask ourselves, where's the ox? He was dropping something off recently. Maybe it was this. Okay. The wooden church has been staked out appropriately. We've got some planks there to start. Some other people are bringing stuff. Okay, you're bringing planks as well.
Hey, you. No slacking off.
That's right. No slacking off. All right, once we get this fishing post, we should theoretically be able to, and we did. Now we should be able to purchase an ox. I hate to spend 20 of our 50 regional wealth on this, but we're going to do it right away. I don't know how long it takes for us to get said ox, but it shows up eventually. It comes from off the map. We buy it from a nearby town. More planks coming in. There's nobody with a cart to bring stuff to the wooden church. I wonder if that couldn't be an origin where your unassigned families have a cart that they can use to haul goods around for construction instead of coming one by one. That seems like that would be a nice perk to have early on. It's not great for, like, later, but now we're supposed to get level 2 burgage plots, which we can't do until we get church access. Won't be done. And we're going to go ahead and increase this to high. We're also going to want some kind of export trading post. That's what we want. Do we want that up the hill? Yeah, maybe part way between... Actually, yeah, right on the other side here. Right where all this stuff meets is perfect. This is where a trading post should be. And then last, we got to find that salt mining pit. Can we get a deep mine? It says be upgraded. Yes, rich deposits may be upgraded. They changed that the way that works now. So that's also under construction now. That doesn't require any help from an ox, so at least there's that. So this is kind of a weird... It's not a bug, but what that means is Sifolt is somewhere making his way to us on this map. Probably like off map, off camera, can't see it. Will be here eventually. All right, let's free up this fisherman family because, you know, we got to let some fish survive to multiply for next year. And we got rid of all the foragers. So now we have 6 families that are exclusively working on construction. That's probably more than we need. Why don't we have some of them work as woodcutters and charcoal? We could even have one more working as a storehouse family to go and pick up all the charcoal and stuff. We also are going to want a stone gatherer camp. We'll put it right over near what you expect, the stone. Alright, we've got a good layout. Now we just need people to actually construct things. We're getting another thing here. I thought I said that this is the high priority one. What are you doing constructing this one already? Who do you think you are? We don't have a burgage level 3, that's for sure. So I think we make this a high priority, and then we make the salt mine a high priority, and hope then that we can start exporting stuff ASAP. Sometime during the winter, we want to start exporting salt, making money that way. The wooden church should also be prioritized, kind of. Yeah, sure. Let's put that at high priority. Now, you know, when everybody's high priority, nobody's high priority. That's right. I just quoted Syndrome from The Incredibles in a different way. Hey, a new family moved in. Excellent. We still have room for more. Keep coming. Keep them coming. There's Fritz. Hey! Hey, is that a new ox? It is a new ox! Sivolt! Now we can do twice as much. Oh, look, the snow is falling! You know, one day, lady, this church over here is going to be really good. But trust me, don't walk away from me. What happened to Sivolt? Is he gone already? Oh, there's Sivolt going that way. Why is Sivolt going that way? I built a nice road that bypasses the other thing. Look at all these people coming in to help bring stuff over to the church. Somehow they had the fence pieces put down before they brought over the planks. I guess the fence doesn't require planks. I know it doesn't look like much now, but this is going to be a thriving residential area when we're done. Just out for my morning jog. Don't mind me. Passing on your left. We're going to cut down all these trees, turn it into firewood. We'll have to find a place to start planting trees eventually, but we don't need to do that yet. We need to clear some area. Make more territory for growth. Y'all may not understand just yet, but this is going to be a great capitalist system we have here.
Why do I have to carry this alone?
Why do you have to carry it alone? All right, let's back off. Oh, you can see the snow is starting to stick to the ground in little patches here and there. Now, that's not super realistic the way that it's getting added. It should be adding in a whole blanket. But I think what they did is they designed a thing to where the snow would slowly melt, and they reversed it. So maybe that's something they're going to plan on fixing so that the snow sort of appears more as a blanket. It does make sense that if you take this, what we're seeing right now, and reverse it, it would slowly go away. There we go. So, we now got to ask where are the oxes, plural, oxen. Episode 2, where's the oxen? Gathering? What are you gathering? Now, Fritz has the problem with the legs. Does this guy also have the problem with the legs? Yes. Yes, this guy also has the problem with the legs. Sorry, Sivolt. It's just a visual thing. Now, we currently have 19 timber... 45 timber on the ground, but 19 is available. That's quite a lot of trees we felled over here. Look at them all. That's a good job, boys. But I just have to ask, right? Sivolt is transporting this. Oh, Fritz is I didn't see the thing that Fritz was transporting last time. All right. So this storehouse is actually going to need to get upgraded real soon. Dang it. Yeah, we're running out of space. Although, we're about to transport a bunch of that rubble stone out of there. And the charcoal is going to go away, and we're not making any more charcoal right now. Actually, we are making charcoal. We could probably sell charcoal once we get the trading post going. Alright, we're going to need to take a while now because these guys are going to have to bring total 5 timber over to the church. You see how you can tell this is like melting in reverse, right? Because it does make sense that certain patches... They stole 10 of my mushrooms!
Rise on our fine city. You'll not find finer wares anywhere else. Come one, come all.
Seasonal. Frozen. Can't do no fishing anymore. The pond is frozen over. I swear I thought I remember there was a thing that let you fish on frozen ponds. It must have been in the old perk system. Alright, let's speed up a lot here because the only things that are going to happen is our oxen are going to be bringing this stuff over here, and our people are going to be bringing slowly but surely the stone, rubble stone, from our storage over this way. Church is getting everybody under control.
It's been most embarrassing to run out halfway through.
Ah, now the church is under real construction here. It's not a big church, but, you know, it's ours. You just said that, buddy. They're building out a nice little fence here around our church. Well, they could use a few more voice lines, right? Oh, the inside, guys. You need to work on the inside. Get an interior decorator into here. I think you might be insane.
Just give me a hammer and
yeah, we know, buddy. Early access, ladies and gentlemen.
Just give me a hammer and something.
Hey, Carnifex, welcome. What's wrong with my shoes? They're pointy. It makes it a little hard to run, actually. This is about as fast as you can go. Can't really go any faster than that. Oh, we finished another burgage plot. Excellent. Which one? Oh, the one over here. So this is the one I wanted to try to get a vegetable garden in. I'm going to have all of these have different types of vegetables in them. I think there's only like 3 different vegetables, but I'm going to have some variety for us. Alright, this is almost done. Where are you going with that big log? Where are you going? Savolt? Answer me. Probably to the trading post. Not the well, the trading post. Trading post is way down here. High priority. Build the trading post. And also high priority mining pit. Is nobody started building the mining pit? We have 4 families that are unassigned. Go forth and build. And there's one guy constructing the last piece of the church. Just this fence. There we go. Construction finished. Connected to the road network. Oh, I like that one. Oh, that's awful. Who wants that to be your church bell? That one's off pitch. No, I think the first one was good. That's the one. Cold? You're just telling me cold? What does that mean, cold? Who's cold? People require fuel. I know. I have it. I have 145. I have charcoal and firewood. It's 22 months worth. You don't need to tell me. I think maybe I need to get my storage area closer. That's probably the problem. Let's build a new storehouse closer that has the fuel and stuff. It was probably a mistake to build it where it is, to be honest. Yeah, we can build it right next to the granary. That's close enough to the market, to be honest. Although I don't know where the firewood's going to come from. I do know that that's where I want it to be stored. So it's not too far from... You know what? Actually, even closer, maybe. Yeah. Let's put it right across the street from the market. I don't think we have to worry too much about the fertility situation where that is. No. No. We'll have a field here for rye later. And then maybe we'll put some fields out for sheep eventually. They will freeze to death. It's too cold in January. Who is not listening to me? This says priority... Oh, hang on. Do I have enough? I might not have enough planks. We're going to need to send somebody to go make some planks, and we're going to need Savolt or Fritz or somebody to come bring us some timber. Where's the ox? Oh! They started cutting down the trees in the middle. Okay. Good deal, good deal. So that's Fritz is grabbing those there. And where is Savolt? Savolt's coming back from the trading post, which has almost enough of its logs. It says I have 22 planks. Are they in the storehouse? Whoops, I clicked on the wrong thing. They are in the storehouse. So I don't actually need to make planks, but I will anyway, just cuz. Ah! They're finally over here. Digging into the ground to get our mining pit going for salt. Took you long enough, you fools. See, we constructed our granary right here to make it part way between the fish and the mushrooms. But now I'm feeling like it might need to move. Like I might need to move the granary to a better position. Like right next to the main storehouse here is not terrible. But we don't have enough goods. Oh, okay. Well, we can't move it until we get stone, proper stone. Because it doesn't have a move button up here like sometimes they do. So how are our people here are happy. They have all the things they could possibly want, and they're ready to level up. Level 2 burgage plots generate 1 regional wealth per family per month. That seems very useful. And these are our oldest families, so maybe we should upgrade them first. And then we'll at least start generating a little bit of regional wealth. That'll generate 4 per month if I upgrade those. Oh, we do have enough to start beetroots. 10 weeks to grow. 18 weeks to grow for cabbages. So this is... We could do this. It's not ideal. But I think we can change it to something else later. Because beetroots are going to take a lot of maintenance. I would much rather wait until we can get to carrots and get a medium yield of carrots. But we're going to try to have one of each just to get some variety. So let's go ahead and do that. Just so we don't forget. Yeah, we can destroy this and change it to carrots later if we wanted to. So now we're like out of regional wealth. We need to start our trade progress and figure out how we can get more money. How's our population though? 28. Still not enough to send out our militia. We need a couple more families moving in before we can have our militia go out and take on those bandits, those thieving bandits. All right. The approval is quite high for these regular houses. But they don't like the cold. Hey, guys, I can't do anything about the cold, right? You know that. Wait, you should have fuel. Why don't you have fuel? It's because there's nobody here to sell you the fuel? Is that the problem? Warehouse workers should be selling you fuel, but they're not. Because, again, I have them too far away. I need to get this storehouse to be the one where all the charcoal is. Gotta deal with this. Hold on. I don't, I can't decline the call, guys. Sorry, hold on. Alright, I'm closing all of these to find out how to get rid of that audio. Go away. There we go. Okay, apologies. We're back on course. Okay. So, still waiting on that to be complete. What else is completed recently? Mining pit. The mining pit is done. Finally, start mining salt. No, you know what? I'm tempted to put more things down on the ground, but I gotta let them finish what's already here, getting constructed. We only have 2 families doing construction now. We will get another one very soon. 2 per month. It's coming to the end of January. More snow on the ground. Bonsoir, you say. Hey, cat. A new family moved in. There we go. That's a new family that's unassigned that will be able to help us with construction. If we get another new family, I'm sending them to the mines. Another family member joined one of the settlers. That's good. Did we get this going? Fritz was helping something else for a long time. How about the trade? The trading post here? Ah! The trading post is finally ready. It's got its last timber, but there's nobody here to construct it. What do you guys not understand about high construction priority, huh? Here's what I will do while I'm waiting. This won't cost any construction or anything. It's just automatic. We'll build a field for rye. About 1 Morgan. Oh, that's 2.3 Morgan. Oh my god. So we're going to need a road going out there to get that part of the field. Because we're going to have another field back here, I'm sure. Perfect. Okay. So our first field is going to be... Oh, where's rye? Rye. Basically half of this. 1.2 Morgan's close enough. Then we'll have another field. Another 1.2 Morgan. And then we're going to have a road that goes around behind the fields to make it easier to get to those. And then we'll have one more field. Now, again, not doing anything with these just yet. Not until next planting season. But Now we'll have the ability to... That's 1.6 Morgan? Oh my god. Alright, so these are rough. That's roughly the same. And then we'll do one more. $1.1 Morgan. Sure. Now, right now I'm having them all be fallow. What we'll do is we'll do some crop rotation here. This one is going to do rye. And none of these other ones are any good. We could get some flax, which we will kind of need eventually. 42 flax. 24 flax. So what was flax looking like? Where was flax fertility the best? Do we have a better place for flax fertility? There's a spot here that's actually decent-ish, but it's also in that high region zone. Let's make this our flax field for now. And we're going to enable crop rotation. And then these three here are going to be our food ones. So we're going to enable crop rotation. This is going to be fallow this month, but this year. Next year, we're going to use that, right? And then the year after that, this one will be our rye spot. So we'll get rye. This is this year, next year, and then the year after that, and then we'll come back to this year, to this first one here, which will allow us to properly rotate the fields. Okay. Now we just have to plan out where we're going to have... Probably put the big, like, windmill right here. Sorry, I had to sneeze. We'll put a big windmill right here and have some housing here with bakers in them. I do need a farmhouse. I know I need a farmhouse. Chill. Chill out your face. Oh, no. I blocked it. I'm going to need to destroy these and rebuild them. Because... now we can go back to doing that. Nope, I need to connect those roads before. And yeah, let's fix. Now that we've done this, let's fix this. Now we do this field, which this is our flax field. And then this one, that's our other one. Okay, now we have the road where I can put like a farmhouse back here on one side, and then, I don't know, the mill on the other side. Just seems like I like that symmetry, but then that would make them too far apart. Either way, now we have access to back here. That was the more important thing I was worried about. Flax is still very kind of low yield, but we need to make our clothes somehow. Oh.
You should look
Okay.
at it. Open the door. There's like shit everywhere.
So, where were we? Rye, crop rotation, rye down here. Okay. So rye, and flax, and then nothing for a while. We might have to import more stuff for our clothes, because the flax is not going to be very good. Okay. We're finally mining salt for your tears. There's not a lot of it, but we will be able to sell it eventually. Again, high priority construction. Where are you going? Where are you going? I insist. Come back here. Come back here. Come back here. I insist. Build my trading post I have a floppy hat. You will build my trading post right now. I don't think he can hear me. Are you deaf? He wouldn't be able to answer if he was. Damn it. It's checkmate. I think he got me. Now, what's more important here is this thing happening? Yes, this is happening now. Okay. So we brought over an extra 3 timbers. That'll make an extra 15 planks. Let's wait for one more. Fritz can bring over one more log. And then I'll send him back to working for the construction crews. New mercenary companies available. It's February. Alright, now Fritz... Where's Fritz going? Oh, there's got to be a log over here, right? Somebody cut down a log over here. Yeah, there was a log over there. So now, can we make this other storehouse? Maybe. Please, anybody. That will help solve some of our economic issues. And we have 3 unassigned families. Why is no one... Oh. Heinz! Heinz is coming! He's coming to fix our trading post! Beautiful. But then we have to ask ourselves, what's going on with these other houses that are not under construction? I don't remember what we had anybody working on right now. Oh, this needs a log to get an additional family splot. Splot? Did I say splot? Ah, we're bringing stuff over to increase these levels. Aha. I don't know where we're going to get fruits anytime soon. Foraged goods, vegetables, and grains. Well, we're working on it. We're still a ways away. Ooh, medium village. Look at that. We're still a mage away from getting quinces. I've never heard of quinces. Is that like a weird type of fruit that's similar to apples but different? High yield of pears, 4 years to do. Low yield of quinces. Apples are the middle ground. I would like to save up until we have enough wealth to get an apple orchard on one side and like a pear orchard on the other side. But what did we just have build? The trading post. Okay, so we got to send someone over here, and then we got to look at the trades. And we got to look at not flour, salt. See, this is why we chose the one that we did. This gets us a major trade. Now, salt only sells for 4 right now. That's not terrible, but it's free. We dig it up under the ground and we get to sell it. So, my salt! Oh, you bandits. You bandits. That was my salt. I can't even with this. I'm going to export as long as we have any salt. Just salt isn't really needed for anything, I don't think. So, oh, it's going to be needed for sausages eventually. So let's keep a little bit of salt. Because that's another thing we should be specializing in. So when we have more than 10 salt, that's when we export it. But anyway, what's our situation here? We get one more family, and I'm sending the militia out after those bandits. That's just what's going to happen. Are you finally selling your farm, your firewood there, buddy? And you don't look like you're selling anything.
Perhaps it was simply a bad batch. These things do happen from time to time.
You've got fish and you've got mushrooms, but I don't see them, buddy. Sorry. All right, soon the mushrooms are going to start coming back. The fish are going to start growing again. And we don't want to start fishing the fish until they get close to max, because the more of them there are, the more they'll multiply. All right, there's nothing else to do for this family, so we're going to let them off the hook. And we're going to send them to the mines. Get us more salt more quickly. Now what are we missing? Now we're still building more housing. And we've got our area here that we want to upgrade to have more people in it. And I actually would like that to be a high priority. That's good. Generic storage full. Uh-oh. We got to stop making charcoal. Maybe we can sell charcoal, actually. I think it sells for some really low value, but it might still be worth it. Another bandit camp? Oh my god. Charcoal sells for 1. But we have 150 of it. So we can try to export it. Desired surplus. Let's put that at 100 or so. No farmhouse. Yeah, I know. We'll build a farmhouse. Chill your beans. Oh, I don't like that sound. Let's put the farmhouse right over here. Put a windmill right here. And then we're going to have bakers over here. That's what we'll do with these guys. Actually, that can't be what we do with those guys. Damn it! This is all wrong. We'll put the farmhouse on the other side. Put a windmill here. And then we'll have a series of bakeries here. So we'll put the farmhouse. Where's the farmhouse? There's the farmhouse. Right there. I hate that we have to take out some trees in order to do this, but that's what we're going to do. We've started doing quite a bit of deforestation over here. A new message. What is this? A band of raiders roaming the nearby lands. Track their movement. I want to know when they're going to be here. They're going to be here in a year. So it would be ideal if we could have enough money to hire some mercenaries to help us against those bandits. Alright. It's March, so that means we should have... Yeah. Oh, the melting is happening. Interesting. But they are growing. More fish. And we do have mushrooms slowly starting to grow as well. So we can send one family off to start picking mushrooms because we are a little bit bare on food right now. By the time we get to planting, we'll have extra families that we can afford to send out to the farms. But in the meantime, to the mines with you! And theoretically, this stupid storehouse should also be getting completed. We finally got a stone gatherer camp. All right. There we go. So we get some stone. That'll let us build a new and better granary. We're getting another storehouse. Things are looking up. Probably. Probably. And when we get more people, we can export this clay, turn it into clay tiles for roofs. That sells for a pretty penny, if I remember correctly. Let's take a look. We also need to make tools. How many tools? We're running out of tools. So I'm going to import to make sure we always have at least 4 tools. But yeah, roof tiles, they only sell for 2? Jeez. That's awful. Why don't we just sell the clay? Is it just 1? Is that what it is? Clay is just 1. So we can, if we have a family turning them into roof tiles, at least doubles the value of it. And maybe it doubles the quantity, too. Like the things that make the most money. Wax. Where are we going to get wax? We can sell honey if we get an apiary. But where's wax from? Oh, wax probably comes from apiaries as well. Right. Duh. We just finished something. Oh, family member join one of the settlers. Okay. Extra family members. That's good. You don't have any fuels. Why are you fuelless? Oh, no, you satisfied. Okay. It is circled, but the thing in the middle looked like it was grayed out, but it's not really. So these guys here, if I had some money, I could turn them into making, like, pigs or something. Because we have plenty of salt, so we could turn the pig meat into sausages. Plenty of salt. Although, if I'm going to do that, I should make the pig stuff happen over here. Pigs and butcheries and things like that. That should all happen near the salt. So that it don't have to travel 1,000 freaking yards to get the salt. These guys, what are you transporting? Charcoal. I don't know what you were doing before, but I don't like it. So the good news is we did get some regional wealth. Thanks to these 2 burgage plots. You know. Public order. Unemployment is a problem, huh? They need garments to be really happy. They also want a level 2 church. And they want drink. That's another thing we're missing, right? What do we need? Barley is what turns it into beer. But our barley fertility is even worse than everything else. I mean, maybe we make 1 barley field over here. But that's just... It's just bad. There's no good barley. We're going to have to import barley. Or import beer. Barley is fairly expensive. Whoa! Foreign import tariff increased by +10. What I really need to do is find people suffering from disease. Oh, herbs can help, but we don't have any herbs. Find where barley fertility is in any of these other places. Look, again, the Baron has all the iron and all the beer? That remains unacceptable. I can't even set up barley anywhere else. I got to take one of his areas. But that seems like it would be very difficult. There's a very small patch of good barley over there. There's a very small patch over here. Yikes. We're just going to have a ginormous barley field, I think is what it comes down to. Meanwhile, uh-oh. Uh-oh! The Baron is taking out the bandits. The bandits are broken. The Baron gets all the credit. I really want that area, though. I'm going to have to go take on my own bandits real soon.
Don't be shy, good sirs.
Ah, yes, we will not be shy. No worries about that. Slowly starting the foraging process. There's still a little bit of snow on my field. Somebody go stamp that out. And we got these people planting. We have 2 families in here. We only have 1 family in here. It's going to make it harder. When you have 2 families with a vegetable garden like this, then you can split the work. Because what are the rest of them doing? They're, guiding an ox. So that leaves the rest of them to do what they need to do. That's good. Now we've got a lot of available living space. And we just have to grow slowly over time while exporting the salt in order to get us more tools and other things. There's only 1 person in the family that's been assigned here. And he's transporting charcoal to sell. Let me go to his house. Where's your house? Oh, it's under construction. Yeah, for like ever, I really got to stop laying down new constructions. I just have to. Where's the ox? What is he doing now? Oh, I can change his name? Hold on, hold on. I can change his name. Sivolt is fine. I like Sivolt. But Fritz is boring. Oh, I didn't hit it in time. Shanawi? That doesn't make any sense. There we go. Shawnee. Shawnee the ox. So Volt is here. Are we still doing the logging? Yeah, we got 26 timber out there. Still trying to cut down as much as we can. Charcoal kilning it up. We got the farmhouse is currently set to be built, and at the current rate, it will be finished by the end of the summer. I guarantee it. Generic storage full. True. We have to let's go ahead and build ourselves. Is it spear militia, right? Yeah, we've got spears, so we'll do that. And what that means is we'll at least get the large shields and the spears out of the storehouse. People will come and pick them up and bring them to put in their house. So there you go. They're transporting spears. They'll put the spears in their house. And I have exactly 20 out of 36. So we've got... But if we bring 20 people and they all die, we're left with 14. Like, the population will be absolutely decimated. No, decimated is 1 in 10. The population will be obliterated. We don't have anybody doing charcoal kiln anymore, huh? Okay. We're going to have to adjust that when we get new families, because that's another source of income. What are these people doing? The one guy at the trading post, he's getting supplies. He really could use another member of his household, really, is what it comes down to. I wonder if his, like, wife passed away from... I don't know, tuberculosis? Cholera? What else did they have back then? Oh, no, you do not. What's he claiming? He's claiming the one I really wanted! The son of a bitch. I do need to get my manor built really soon, is the thing. I don't have anybody. I don't have anybody to do anything. Stone gatherer camp. Okay. Well, let's stop with that and go back to chopping wood. And then we'll see about locating our manor up here, at least. Get the manor built. I think this is basically the highest point. Hard to tell, but I wanted to, like, look down over everything else. Alright, we're just going to commit to that. We're going to have to eventually build stuff around the manor, but there's no way I can resolve this claim on the battlefield. I have 20 guys. He had 40 the last time we checked. Oh, we need fishermen! Somebody go fish! They're still growing! Oh, I'm just so desperate for more families. I should have built those houses sooner in the first year. I would have had an extra 2 or 3 families already. But if we can get up to 75% happiness, market food variety, amenities, general goods variety. So we'll be able to get more market variety once our beets and our bread start getting produced later this year. But until then, we've got a bit of a problem. Okay. This storehouse, we're going to uncheck everything. And have this storehouse only storing fuel, because that is what it should be good for. What other stuff might they store? if we have bees nearby, or they could store rubble stone as well, because we are getting that. And what about mortar? No. Planks? Yeah, it's a nice central area for planks. Okay. So that's that. Now this over here is going to not be for that stuff anymore. This is just going to be salt and clay products, I think. So we're going to say yes to salt, yes to clay, and yes to tiles. I think that's all we want to store here. Oh, and tools should also be stored in the central area as well. Now, what else? I mean, we're going to need to get dressed stone eventually. So I'll also include everything else that might go here. Not clay, not salt, not roof tiles. It's basically the opposite of what the other one is. Okay. So that's that, and now we got to give somebody the job of taking care of this. Gulp, that leaves us just one unassigned family. Slowly building up this one burgage plot. Hey, look at that. They've started planting all the beets.
Why do I have to carry this alone?
And then, do we have enough for a new and better granary location? Because this granary would be nice and centrally located, I think. I now wish that I had moved this over just a little bit, but... This would be close enough to get the fish, but also close enough to get the stuff from the farming areas. So that's our new granary location. We're going to destroy this one eventually. For now, we're going to leave it there. Fish, 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 fish. Fishy fish. But we will need these done by the end of the summer, guys. Let's get there. You have some charcoal down here. I think the guy who left to go and do the charcoal trade, maybe. Oh, no, he went to get his stupid spear out of here. Okay. The problem is, the family that is running the trade post is just one dude. Normally, a family expands to 3 people. Oh, we're finally going to finish this burgage plot. Come on. It's so close. I can taste it. Somebody got this close to finishing it and stopped. I want them executed. What do you get? You're getting a basket? This takes 25 regional wealth. We just don't have that. I can't even put in taxes right now. We're going to need to put... We're going to need to move our logging camp to a more efficient location. I'm going to move it right over here so that it can cut down all the trees around where we want the manor to be. And as a result, we also need to move our saw pit over here. Now, we still have a bunch of logs over here available. But, in the meantime... There's just 2 logs chilling right there. Alright, we did get another family. That's good. Family members joined... Ah, finally! There's 3 people! 3 people here! Merton has a son and a wife now. That was quick. Where did they... Okay. Well, that's interesting. So, transporting Transporting water. Transporting carp, planks, large shields. More bandits stealing our resources. All right, I got to send my guys out and deal with the bandit problem. The closest one is way over here, though. But, you know, you got to do what you got to do. And we finish the construction. That's good. The problem is, as soon as I draft everybody into the... everything else is going to slow down because I'm going to take people away from all these jobs. So let's look. Yeah, okay. We're going to do it. Let's raise the army. Equipment missing. Didn't they grab it all yet? No. Okay. The shield is getting picked up by another guy. So once that happens, I should be able to raise the... Oh, I can raise them. I can rally them whenever. Let's do it. As close to over here as we can. Alright, they are marching. Marching downhill, even. Alright, men. I want you to give those bandits the heave-ho. You hear me? Bring back whatever you find. The man who kills the most bandits gets extra mushrooms. That's right. Good job. We have them on run to positions. It'll cost them some fatigue, but we need to get them over there quickly and get them back. Just, you know, calisthenics. Get out on a jog or something. But as you can see now, mining, that's not happening. Plowing. Oh, they're in the vegetable garden. Okay. I'll allow it. We do need vegetables. There's no doubt about that. Oh, they are exhausted. Their effectiveness is low. How am I even going to get over there? Where's the closest bridge? Ah, crap. The bridge is up here, and then we can go over. Okay. They're so sad and tired. Yeah, almost all work has stopped over here while I try to deal with this. Okay, you're going to the big storehouse over here, I'm guessing, to pick up, what, charcoal? There's still a lot of charcoal over there. Oh, I forgot I had a family that was just sitting in that storehouse. We didn't need two families there for a long time. Okay. So that freed them up. That is quite useful. Are all of these people, like... It says they're doing things, but no. They are soldiers now. That's why we're not getting any salt. The salt miners went out and they're soldiers now. Alright, we're going to give them a moment to rest. Because they did just kind of run all the way over here. What's the... Oh yeah, tab is lets you see what's going on. So their attack is 1, their armor is 5, their shield is 8. Their impaling is 10. I don't know what that stat does. Oh, here comes the... Look, we got one traitor wandering down the King's Road. Sir! Please carry on. Oh, we had 2 more people we were waiting for. Ah. Now are we done? Now are we here? We're ready to go? Now, in-home region appears to increase the speed at which they recover their stamina. So now that we're about to start marching into another region. I think we'll want to turn off their run deal. Or is the in-home region referring to something else? I wonder. Because their fatigue is really high because I had them run all the way over here. Maybe I should not have had them run all the way over here. It takes a long time to go away. Boy, howdy. If we just start marching... They're marching. Are they getting tired even when they're marching here? 42% fatigue. I know there's a way you could, like, draw where you want them to go. It's not right click. Is it middle click? No. What's the deal here?
Yes, sire. Forward. Pick up the pace. Faster! Pick up the pace!
I can't figure it out. I know there was a way you could give them, like... Oh, is it shift? Shift click or something?
Run!
Control click?
Yes, sire!
Yeah! So I can be like, oh, go around this way, and they'll go around that way. Okay, that's what I was looking for. It's control click. It's a weird combination. Control plus right click at that.
Advance!
Why can't I get them into 2 lines now? That's weird. Alright. Let's speed up time. We're continuing to try to let them recover from their fatigue before we go into combat. Is this the one? Yes, this is the one where the bandits are. Theoretically, as soon as we enter this area, the bandits will come for us. So let's wait and catch our breath. Have a little bit of a breather here. Let's at least get fatigue down to like 0. And then we'll go after him. Speeding it up. But of course, every day that we're away, we're not mining salt. We're not constructing new buildings. The fields are just laying fallow. Cats and dogs living together. Oh my god, that one... Oh, that's not our guy.
There's no hovel. Tomorrow, find a new home. Town.
Forward!
You heard me! So let's check out where the bandits are. There's the bandits. Wait. That's their camp. Where are the bandits? Where are the bandits? Oh no! Is this an ambush? Where did they go?
Forward! Advance!
There has to be bandits over here. There has to be. Where are they? They're usually hanging out over there. Did the other guy already wipe them out and just not take the camp? Damn you, Baron. Curse you.
Advance!
A new family moved in. Excellent. Oh, wait a minute. Is that a Baron? Is that the bandit? No, that's just a traveling merchant.
Advance!
We gotta watch out for an ambush, I guess. I never seen this before, where the bandit camp is abandoned. They sometimes come out to you. Alright, I'm just gonna go to the bandit camp and see what there is to see. Surrounded by trees, -10. Let's stop here for a second in case we do run into bandits that, like, magically appear and there's some kind of a bug that we can't see them. We're not fatigued anymore, at least. Apparently regular marching doesn't fatigue people. But those guys got stuck in the trees.
Advance! March! March!
After this is going to be dinner time for me.
Yes, sire!
I do not see them. I wonder if the Baron cleared them out by accident and didn't come to take the spoils.
Advance! March!
I guess go take the bandit camp then. When searching through the enemy belongings, you find a stash of goods that could be sent to your people who surely need them, though it is your right to keep it. Let's send the resources to the nearest town, and then I'll put it in the treasury in the future. Boom! Regional wealth, but also, holy crap. Can't disband them until they march all the way back home now. Unfortunately, I had to go through the Baron's lands in order to make that a thing. Hopefully he didn't mind my trespassing. He's got 3 to my 1. I've got to do something about that. That's why I'm trying to get my manor built. I'm trying to get a lot of stuff built, but with half my town, pretty much exactly half my town, out clearing out a bandit camp, that's going to take a long time. So we could get 1 more vegetable garden. Does that seem worth it right now? We could do carrots. We could try to do chicken coop. Yeah, but I set these up to be vegetable gardens is the thing. Because they're the right size. Smaller ones we can do apiaries and stuff. Alright. So somebody will have to construct that now, unfortunately. I keep thinking that's just an upgrade, but it's not. Alright, once these people get back, we're going to disband them and send them home. They'll be able to actually continue to contribute to society. The fisherman's hut? Full? What? Oh, probably because everybody who works at the granary is away at the war. Yes, it's exactly right. 2 people who work at the granary are away. Okay. Let's try adding a family, then hope that they're not away at the war. In the meantime, stop fishing, I guess. The fish aren't going anywhere. What do you mean? Isn't it in my home region? Is somebody... Oh, a couple of people are lagging behind for some reason. They keep getting lost in the woods. Disband, everybody. Where are you going? Mining? Somehow they think it's faster to go this way? I guess because there's a road all the way along that path, right? Okay. Okay, I'll allow you to go back to the mines if you take the road. Fine. Alright, the problem is, food-wise, I think we're going to have a problem here. I might have to import some food at some point. Oh, we got 183 regional wealth. That is not enough to start our pear farm or our apple farm. But we're getting close-ish, sort of, maybe? Question mark? Let's set up those, aforementioned chains regarding clay. Clay from clay deposits. It is also theoretically possible here that we get to place more than one clay deposit on this clay and more than one salt deposit on this thing. So if we get enough people, we can do that.
We all know what that means.
And then let's put our production of clay tiles. Nope, not the tannery. Clay furnace. Right next door. Not enough goods! Ah, crap. What do we not have enough of? Planks? Yeah, we're short on planks. But that's because we haven't had anybody... Ah, there we go. Planky up. Plank it up. Let's go. We'll slow down our construction a little bit in order to plank things up. Ah, we did get the farmhouse. Excellent. And we got the windmill. So we'll at least be able to sow some things come the fall. Generic storage full again. The woodcutter's lodge is full because nobody's at the charcoal kiln. Let's fix that. Ah! We finished our manor. It's just currently in the trees right now. It doesn't look very effective, but we're going to start doing a land tax. Let's see. Collected from regional wealth. Okay. And a tithe. Percentage of surplus food that is given to church in return for influence. This has to start now or we're not going to have a lot of chances. And unfortunately, people aren't going to like it, but you know what, people? That is what it is. So, I believe, yeah, if we were hiring mercenaries... Oh, I've got my little retinue. Nice. If we were going to hire mercenaries, that costs, like, treasury money. Local thugs. And so, for that, we need to actually tax our people and take some of their regional wealth and turn it into part of my treasury. The marketplace is looking a little bit more bustling, although there is a dead stall there for some reason. Soon we'll have more. Soon. Carrots! Do we want cabbages? I think we might want cabbages, too. We got the money. Let's get it set up properly. And then this one can be my apiary. Or do we want, like, another vegetable garden? Let's do all of this is the vegetable patch. This is what it is. Everybody here is doing a vegetable thing. And we'll also add an extra expansion to that one, because that will help the families do the vegetabling. We only have 2 open slots right now, so adding an extra family living in the vegetable gardens would be good. And by next summer, I want to get sausage production up. Because that way, at the end of next year, we'll have bread, sausages, vegetables, fish, and mushrooms as possible food sources. Whoa. Sick? Sick? Oh, we gotta send somebody else. I hate when there's sickness. I need to get that food collected. We barely have 6 months of food right now. And it's August. We need to be able to make it through winter. And the fish are going to run out soon. Now, we could import food, right? If we had to. Oh, he's coming here to stock goods. Well, there's enough for both of them, so there is that. Let's see, there should be a record of all of our trading. Ah, so yeah, that's what happened. We sold 26 salt for 104? Why did it sell for 104? Oh, because it's worth 30% more? Hang on, what is it? Foreign trader, 21 salt for 84. Well, that sounds like 4 to 1. Let me look at our trading post again. Oh, salt is 4. Okay. I thought I remember it being less than that. But salt 4 is pretty good. It's the clay tiles that are only 2. And it feels like salt you just dig up out of the ground and sell it. Clay tiles, you'd think, because you're converting them, should be worth more than 2. Do we have clay tiles in here? No, it's under construction materials. Yeah. But I think we're also maybe getting... Aren't we supposed to get a better... Oh, no. It was not... So we import iron and salt at a discount. And we got to establish the salt thing for free. So we don't get 30% more on our salt. But once we have more free people and more money, we could start an iron import and then start making armor out of it with some of our people. The other thing I should do is purchase an animal here so we can trade more effectively. If we purchase a horse, then our trader can go out and sell our stuff. Right now, we are currently kind of relying on the random traders that we saw on the road coming by and buying our stuff. If we have a horse, though... Uh-oh. I just realized. I did get a horse, but we don't have a place to store that horse. Hitching post. Let's put it right here next to where it goes, you know? And then we'll make that a high priority, and hopefully that will get it to get built ASAP. All right, now I'm trying to save all my regional wealth for apples. 408, what was this one? We're going to make this an orchard. And it's probably going to cost something similar. Another ruler's army was sighted. A bandit camp was sighted. Where's the bandit camp? Way over there. And did he immediately bring guys on the field to go attack the bandits? Oh, he did, that son of a... That gives him influence, and he's going to use it to claim another thing, but it's so far away I can't get to it. All right, we're behind the curve here, people. We are way behind the curve. We have to get more influence, and that is why I'm instituting the taxes. Like the 5% tithe on our food. By the time we get to next year, 5% will be a lot more. Ah, we finally have another granary. Let's go ahead and destroy this one. And add 2 people here that are going to pick up the stuff from the granary and then go and build it. And bring it over there. Hopefully. Alright, but... Constructing. Why are you constructing? Don't construct anything. Just become a granary worker. Anyway, I'm going to call it here. This has been fun, and I plan to do some more of this, perhaps tomorrow night. And yeah, look forward to that. Talk to you guys later.